What is up, everyone? It's Ricky572. Return a chance. Today's May 25th, 2023, and we're gonna hop on and do a quick market watch. So we have Gamers Choice and Tier Zero both having Wild Survivors pre-sale, so we're gonna be taking a look at those. So first off, we have Gamers Choice with the Dinosaur Deck Core at $10. I think that's a really good buy if you do want to get into dinos for $10. Then we have Incantation Ritual Deck Core at $5. It's probably a good buy too. It's only $5, so it won't break the bank. We have the Hungry Burger Deck Core with the new Novellis Archetype cards in there at $90. It looks like that one sold out. Then we have the Vanquish Soul Deck Core at $400 here, which is probably going to be the most expensive archetype in the set because I think most of the monsters come in like ultra rare. But yeah, that's going to be it for the deck cores. Now let's move on to the collector rares, which all seem to be sold out. I actually tried to get a couple dinosaur collector rares earlier, but I wasn't fast enough. They were all sold out. Even from like tier 0, I had them in the cart, but then when I tried to go check them out, they got like sold out. Hungry Burger at $40, and we have Archosaur at $40. I mean $50. We have this chef's special recipe at $30. Steak Your Soul at $70. Caesar Valius at $40, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno at $50, Xeno Meteorus at $50, Fire Formation Tenki at $50, and Oviraptor at $50. But yeah, the dinosaur cards I really thought were pretty cheap for collector rares because they're a pretty popular archetype. So I tried to get 3 Oviraptors, 3 ETCs, and 3 Archosaurs, but yeah, I wasn't able to get those. Hopefully they restock though, maybe tomorrow, and I'm able to pick some up. But then we have the ultra rares right here. Ground Xeno, I actually thought about getting a couple of these, but the only problem is that I'm trying to play them at a regional we have on next Saturday. And I won't get the cards on time, I think. So I might just be better off picking these up at locals on Friday. Hopefully they're around like the $20-$30 price point and don't go up. But wish me luck on that. I'm gonna try to pick up Ground Xenos because I do want to play that dinosaur archetype. Vanquish Soul Caesar Valius at $5. We have Vanquish Soul Pantera at $10. Rock of Vanquisher, the link one for Vanquish Souls is $20. Steak Your Soul at $25. Novellis Restaurant at $10. Vanquish Soul Heavy Burger at $20. Voci La Carte, I think that's how you pronounce it, at $15. And we have Vanquish Soul Dr. Mad Love at $20. Vanquish Soul Raisin at $40. So I think all these ultra rares are probably going to drop down in price. Well, at least the Vanquish Soul ones, which are like $20. I'm pretty sure they're all going to drop down in price when the set releases. The only card I think that's worth buying is probably Ground Xeno. But let me know how you guys feel down in the comments. What ultra rare do you think is going to go up in price? What ultra rare do you think is going to go down in price? Aside from that, all other like cards, the super rares and the rares are under $1, so we're not gonna be taking a look at those because those are gonna be pretty cheap. Let's take a look at tier 0 now. So it looks like tier 0 had the dinosaur decor at $89. I guess that comes with everything else, right? It should come with the Xenos and stuff. Let's see, super rare. Yeah, it comes with the Xenos and stuff. So I guess that makes sense why it's at $89. That's actually not bad because 3 Ground Xenos are like what, $90. So you're basically getting everything else here, plus the Xenos for $90. And then right here was well, I mean this one's only $10 and it comes with everything else too. So I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about that $90 price tag for that dinosaur deck core that comes with the Xenos and the new super rare cards and stuff. Vanquish Soul they have at $398. That's deck core. We have Fire Formation Tenki, the collector rare at $76. Looks like that's not sold. Wait, actually, I think they are sold out. Let me refresh that. Yeah, I'm not sure why I did that, but it looks like yeah, they're all sold out. Never mind. Then we have, let's see, Steak Your Soul at $64, sold out. UTC at $51. Soul Eating Oviraptor at $51. Archosaur at $51. Xeno Meteorus at $51. Vanquish Soul at $45. That's the collector rare. And then we move on to, let's see, $38 for the collector rare Hungry Burger. Then we move on to Ground Zero, $28. Vanquish Soul Raisin at $28. $26 for Steak Your Soul Ultra Rare. Vanquish Soul Heavy Burger at $19. So it looks like they're kind of like the same price as Gamer's Choice. Some of them are a little bit different, but for the most part, a lot of these cards are kind of the same price. But like I said, once the set releases, these prices are gonna drop more. It doesn't look like this set has much value in it, aside from like probably like the Vanquish Soul cards, and some of the collector rares as well are pretty cool. But aside from that, I don't think it's gonna be worth picking up and opening up. I would rather just buy the singles for these. But let me know down in the comments how you guys feel. Are you guys gonna buy any pre-sales, or are you guys gonna wait for the set to release? Next up, we have some of these gold price cards going down in price. We're going to be starting off with Better Luck Next Time. So I remember seeing Better Luck Next Time around like the $18 price point. Now you could get this card for $13.99, $14.24 with shipping, $14.50, $14.99, $15.90, and $15.99 on the first page. So we'll call it like $13. But yeah, we have more people listing this card, so it's dropping down the price to like that $13, $14 price point. And then we have Leon looks like it's staying the same, but then we have Gold Pride Rollerballer. I remember this card a couple weeks ago was around like that $14 price point. Yeah, $14 price point, and now you could get this card for $8.52, $8.59, $8.68, $8.99, $8.99, and $8.99. So we'll call it between like $8 to $9 for Rollerballer. So it did drop down in price. Then we have The Crowd Goes Wild. So this card was around like I think the $10 price point when the gold price cards were being announced. Well, the new gold price cards were being announced back in like April. It was around that $10-$12 price point. Now it dropped down to $3.34 shipping, $3.36, $3.39, $2.44 right there shipping, $3.47. We'll call it between $2 to $3 for The Crowd Goes Wild. And lastly, we have Carry. This card I think reached a high price point of like $5 to $6. I remember selling some carries for like around $5. But now you could get carries for around $2.60 with shipping, $2.99, $3.10, $3.20 with shipping, $2.38. So like $2 to $3 for carry as well. But yeah, Gold Pride I don't think has been doing pretty good at like events. So I think that's why people are kind of fading away from it and moving on to things like Cash Hero still dominating the format, so they're still playing Cash Heroes. They're moving on to like Super Heavy Samurais. Purely isn't doing as good as I thought it was gonna do, but it's still a good deck, so they're probably going into that as well. But yeah, there's other decks that they could play at events. But Gold Pride, I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about Gold Pride. I think there's better decks you can play other than Gold Pride, but it's still a fun deck. Don't get me wrong. But it's going down in price right now. People are just fading away from it. Sage the Floor is a card that's being hyped up right now because Super Heavy Samurais are teching it. So this ultra rare from Legendary Duelist Synchro Storm was around like 50 cents and it's going up now, reaching the $1.50, $2 price point. It's actually more expensive at the beginning of the week, reaching that $3 price point. But now they're at around $1.50, $1.59, I guess $2.50 with shipping, $2.69 with shipping. $1.75 with shipping, but we'll call it like $2 to $3 for Sage the Flora. But basically, this card is being teched to out floodgates because it lets you you could target one monster you control and one card on the field, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, destroy them. So you could destroy one of your own monsters, and if your opponent has a floodgate, you could pop that one as well to special summon this. And it also lets you get the Predaplant Spider Orchid card, which also lets you pop spells and trap cards to the hand. Because it says when this card, let's see, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you could target one other card in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, then add one level 1 plant monster from your deck to your graveyard to the hand. So yeah, it could add you that Spider Orchid to remove another spell and trap card on the field. But yeah, it's another tech that Super Heavy Samurais are using. They're also using Archfiend Eccentric. They're using that Mythical Beast Garuda to pop spells and trap cards as well, because they're not, I think they can't play spells and trap cards, so that's why they play those monsters. But we do have these commons available for my budget players if you don't want to spend a $2 to $3 on this card, even though it's kind of cheap, but you do have that option as well. So I've been hearing that Labyrinth has been getting a couple tops at events. They actually just topped the Las Vegas Regional, and so I wanted to take a look at Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle because it's going up in price. This card had a low price point of like $13, $14 a couple of weeks ago, but looks like now they're picking back up. 44 listings on the market, and we have our first listing at $18.99, $19.63, $20 on the first page, and hitting $21.47 on the first page. This is from Darkwing Blast, so I believe it's getting a reprint in September in the 25th anniversary tint. But for now, I think players might start picking these cards back up to play before we get those reprints. We have Welcome Labyrinth sitting around like the $16-17 price point right now. I think this card had a high price point of like $40 at one point, so it's kind of cheap in terms of how high it was before. We have Ariana. I think this card was around like $20. Right now, it's sitting at $9. Big Welcome Labyrinth at $3 is a new a Labyrinth card. And then we have Lovely Labyrinth at three-ish dollars, $2. Arion, the Labyrinth Servant at like under $1. So Labyrinth is kind of cheap compared to how it was a couple months ago. If I were you guys, if you do want to play Labyrinth, I would probably pick up my cards now before it gets even more hyped up later on and they start going up in price. I mean, you still have until September, I believe, until we get those reprints, so you can still play it and then sell it like a couple months before that. But let me know how you guys feel about Labyrinth down in the comments below. Mystical Sheep number 1 got a buyout this week, and this is because of the new illusionist type. I believe they have to do with like beast and stuff and fusion summoning. So this is one of those cards that meets those requirements. You can substitute this card for any fusion material monster. When you do this, the other fusion material monster must be the correct ones. So it's just hype because it's a beast and it's fusion based. This card used to be under $1 or $2, and it looks like now it has skyrocketed up. We have our first listing at $50. Then we have a moderately played at $70. Then they go up to that crazy price point of $42,000 and then $70,000. Please don't buy that card at $42,000. It's definitely not worth it. That's just like a meme right there. We have sales at $2. So it looks like no one's biting for that $40 price point. $3, $4, $5. If I were you guys, if you have some of these in your bulk, definitely dig them out. You could probably get like $5 for these if you list them on right now. Then we have the rare version. This is from Tournament Pack 2. This card was around like the $15 price point, and right now you have copies sitting at $27.50. That's basically $29, $30.99, heading up to that $40 price point. We have sales around that $20 price point, $20, $21. So we have 3 sales and then another sale right here. But yeah, I would definitely stay away from this card until it drops down in price. If these go down like to $2 to $3, maybe they would be worth picking up for later on. But for now, definitely do not buy this at like that $20 price point. It'll go down eventually. I mentioned Petite Pterodon is a good penny stock to pick up a while back because it was the only printing we had of it. But now we have the Wild Survivors set coming out with a rare printing of it. I still think Petite Pterodon is a good pickup though because it's technically the highest printing we have of the card. Right now you can get copies of this for like around $230 with shipping, $283 with shipping, $285, $298, and $199 right there. So we'll call it between like $2 to $3 for Petite Pterodon, and I still think it's a good pickup just because I think more decks are gonna maximize the amount of copies they play with the new support that's coming out in Wild Survivors. So let me know how you guys feel down in the comments below. Do you guys think Petite Pterodon has potential to go up later on in price, or is it gonna stay around that $2 price point? Forbidden Droplet is not a good card in the format right now because of Cashier Rice Heart. Basically, with Forbidden Droplet, you need to send to the graveyard to be able to activate it, but a Rice Heart banishes everything, so it's kind of dead. But if you guys haven't got your copies of Forbidden Droplet, I definitely would pick up my copies right now since they're kind of cheap. Right now, you can get copies of this Prismatic Secret Rare for around that $13, $14 price point. Yeah, $13 to $14. And the other ones around like that $15, $16 price point. These original Rise of the Duelist Secret Rares around that $22, $23, $24. So under like that $25 price point for these. But definitely pick your copies up right now because you never know when Droplet is going to come back into the format. And these cards could probably shoot up to like that $25 to $30 price point someday. And the last card on today's Market Watch can be the Dark Magician from Legendary Duelist Season 3. So this is the Secret Rare version. It does have an Ultra Rare version, which we'll get to right now. But this one's at 117 listings, and you can get copies of these for $7.12, $7.34, $8, $8.13 with shipping, $8.22, and $8.34 on the first page. The Ultra Rare version, believe it or not, is actually higher than this one, since technically it is the original printing. This ultra rare version is at, that's German Portuguese, $20, 2090, 2090, and 2093 on the first page. But yeah, I definitely think the secret rare version, being the higher rarity, has potential to catch up to that ultra rare version. So it's one of those cards that I'm gonna be going in on. But let me know how you guys feel about the Dark Magicians down in the comments. Do you guys think it could go up in price later on, or am I gonna lose money on this one? But thank you guys for watching. That's going to be it for today's Market Watch. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Return of the Chance. This is Ricky572, and we'll see you guys next time.